Let's hit it. Hello, Conan. Happy Tuesday to you. It's chilly in here. You can tell I'm extra bundled. We had a big drop in temperature here. But we have new keyboards to keep us warm. We are building a Manta today. What's up, Eisenheim? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I would rather be watching Shark's stream right now, but I have to hold to my commitments. What's my ambient temperature right now? It feels around low 50s right now. Masters, welcome. Hello, hello. Someone who has already built their Manta and given me some tips. Let me send you some heat from my room. All right. Oh, good. Twitch ping fired off, or the Discord ping fired off, so that's good. Let's get kicking, shall we? So, Manta. I should probably dive right into this because I want to see if I can try a couple different mounting styles here, but we'll see if time allows us. I'm going to attempt to walk and pray I don't get rained on. Yeah, it's been off and on for sure today. I think the next higher chance of rain is supposed to be closer to 9 p.m., so you might be good. The radar, we're in like a pocket on the radar right now. So, Frederick! Hello. Let's dive in. We got the skeleton from last time. I do want to show this off quickly because I did... Oh, it moved up to 8. Ew. I did get some new standoffs in. As you can see, the side profile is much more reasonable now. A little more easy. And you can see as well, I got some nice chunky bump-on feet. So I put just 2 on the back to give it a little bit of angle and a little bit of grip because it was also kind of sliding around. So if you need some giant bump-on feet, I had to buy them in a minimum of 40. So I have 38 of these left. I like the skeleton a lot. I soldered it last week, and I've really been enjoying it. We built it with DCS at the time, but I wanted to give it a go with MT New, and it's quite comfy on here. And much easier to use now that I have it angled, and it's not like 2 inches off the desk. So that is definitely helpful. I should do a giveaway of the bump-on feet. Maybe when in future giveaways, I'll throw in a foot into each one. So then you have to win more than one giveaway for it to actually be useful. But yeah, I like this. I'm probably going to, now that it's more compact than it was with the other standoffs, I'm probably going to take it to my co-working space and stuff. 1 foot per giveaway, exactly. 3 stream streak. But let's get right into the star of the show today, which is our Bowl and Alex Odos Manta. And this is a build I've been planning since I ordered the Manta, and we're going to see if it actually comes together. So, first off, Manta comes in this lovely box, has a schematic of the bottom fin design on it, which is fun. I'm assuming this goes to the build guide, but I actually did not scan that QR code. And then a nice little blurb on the side here about it. I did already check it over a little bit just to make sure I had all the bits. And to check on the PCB because there had been some PCB issues reported with some of the diodes coming off. But thankfully, like I double checked this one and we seem to be on the up and up. But it is a little bit odd in that I don't think I've seen up to this point a PCB that has all the diodes on the top. And so it kind of has like multiple points of friction because you've kind of got all of the friction in the bag caused by the hot swap sockets on the bottom. And then you've got all the diodes on the top. So I feel like it was catching some. Were all the PCBs affected or only the hot swap ones? I think any PCB that I think it could have been any of them from what I read. There was solder in my fave hot swap socket. Because it was mostly all the little diodes that are on the top. Some of them had come off in shipping. Oh, the tab. Okay, in the tab. Yeah, mine seems to be okay. But there were some QC issues with the PCBs on this, but they're replacing them. But it's still, like, inconvenient for everybody involved. But mine seems to be okay. I didn't notice anything had come off during shipping. So we should be in the clear. And we have a million mounting options in hardware. Like this whole big spread. Kind of bummed me out they were having issues with that because I think the diodes on top is really cool. Do you know like why they did that, Masters, by any chance? I'm just curious if it's like just an aesthetic decision, or is there there must be a logistical reason for that too, right? Does that like open up more layout options if you move some of the stuff to the top instead of having it all on the bottom? I am not a PCB designer in any way, so I'm just curious. Because it's interesting. I think it was aesthetic, yeah. We've got O-ring. We have 3 different kinds of little gaskets. And I believe the lightest is white, and then gray, and then dark gray and black. Those are kind of the strengths. So it's 30A, 60A, 90A. And then we also have the same for kind of these gasket socks as a different mounting option. We've got force brake stickers. We've got some extra screws. We've got feet. So we're going to see. I'm not probably going to do O-ring today, I'm thinking, because I'm not planning on using clip-in stabilizers. If I really want to, I do have some PCB snaps I can use instead. But we'll do that. Did 60A, it's nice. Should give everything options a try. Yeah, I mean, medium sounds like a good place to start. I'll probably start with doing the gaskets, the little gasket nubbins. And then maybe we can try socks if we've got time too. Most curious about O-ring. Sorry. I can always rebuild it with different stabilizers if I really want to, but I don't got any clip-ins ready right now. I use clip-ins, I'll let you know. Yeah, go for it. And still shrink wrapped. We have the Machinist colorway. The little, there we go. Which is just gorgeous. So it is like, it is coated. The top is a coated aluminum. The bottom is raw copper. And I don't know how well this is going to come across. But can you see, it might not, there you can maybe see some of that. The machining is so cool. Like all the striations in the machining is still very visible. Like none of that has been kind of sanded away or anything. We've already got a little bit of patina coming through, which is very cool. Like there's like a little tiny hole in the shrink wrap, and so it's already started patinaing right there, which is a cool touch. And it's because of that, because of the character that it will gain over time, that I was thinking that a little SA X-Wing might be a good fit for this, as it will age and it will look a little bit more battle-worn, so to speak. Might be kind of fun. This is my favorite colorway. Would have loved the copper fin to also be clear-coated. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see the interest in that. But at least, you know, I mean, you did know what you were getting with the with the patina, and so I kind of baked that into my plan for it. But and then we've got a little accessory box, which has more of our stuff in it. Including a couple of plates. I think I already got the PCB out, so that's it. I got aluminum and I got PEI, which I think we're going to use today. Type R is an SA. Yes, sir. I think we're going to try this because they think the PEI, like that's going to go aesthetically with what we're doing. Acoustically, I don't know. We shall find out. So let's put the O-ring back over here. Let's go ahead and open this and take a peek at it first. Whoa. That's so nice! Let me just take this protective film out for a second so we can get the full appreciation. It's so shiny! Look at that. That is gorgeous. Curve on the side, the fun little pillars going to the fin. That is so pretty. Can I get my reflection in there? Ah! Now you said you did, and there's already a little bit of character happening on the weight, which is fun. You said you did do the force brake stickers on the pillars, right, Masters? But it felt too isolated to you, in your opinion? Man, that's so nice. I'm thinking about what I want to do, because I know there's enough stickers to also put it into all the case spots as well. But I think I will just start stock and see how it is. And I can always add those in later if I really want to. And we'll see what we get. So let's see. Oh wait, before I open this up, let me get the stabilizers ready. I'm gonna do a split backspace on this one, so I'll only need 3 stabs. And I think, what other layout options do we have on Hot Swap? I think just bottom row options. We got step to normal caps. And then we've got split backspace if we want it. So I think we'll probably do 7U, stepped, and a split backspace. Wasn't too isolated in a bad way. The problem is they're not sticky enough. That's what I've heard consistently, is that they're not sticky enough. And I imagine that being a real pain in the ass for the Bion bolts because they're angled. And I imagine them just like, just sliding right off. So I'm not gonna deal with that right now. I don't need everyone to see me fail miserably. I'm just gonna do stabs on top of this box foam that came with it. It's so annoying. I'll save the annoying stuff for off stream. All right. I'm slowly building up armies of complete extra night stab kits because I don't ever use everything that comes in the pack. So I have like a lot of 6.25 wires, and I'm gonna have a lot of 2Us available. So we only need, yeah, like left shift, space, and enter. So might just need to end up buying a bunch of 7U wires separate, and then I can not have to buy new kits. What's up, Beast? That's me with cherry stabs? Yeah. We're just getting rolling. How are you doing? Let's see, 7U, screws, and a couple of 2U wires. Oh wait, we don't need this. Not too bad, good to hear it. Get all the goodies out. I'm excited because I'm actually seeing all this stuff made me think I am helping a coworker build a keyboard tomorrow. and we're going to live stream it. We're going to see how it goes. Because my company is running a Kickstarter right now. And we've been doing some live streams as part of it, like doing AMAs and different stuff. It's a web development tool that we're building. And as part of it, my coworker, who was actually the one like doing all the work building the thing, joined the company a bit ago, and so did get one of our Font Awesome Edition mode sonnets when he joined, but he has yet to build it. So I said, hey, why don't we do, as one of these streams, if you're up for it, we'll do a live build collab. And, can answer questions about Build Awesome if they come up, which is the product we're building. Very accurately named. And, I'll rebuild my sonnet, and he can build his sonnet, and I can help him out. And hopefully by the end of the time, we'll both have functioning keyboards again. So that'll be fun. What's up? First time in here. Excited to watch another Manta build. Excellent. Welcome, Unicorn Butt Cop. Now, is this are you a cop that is a unicorn butt? Or do you police unicorn posteriors and make sure they're like up to code? Also, what kind of Manta did you get? What colorway and everything did you get? Option 3, I'm a unicorn and polices all butts. All butts. Very cool. A brilliant combo. Americano, lovely. Yeah, there wasn't really... I don't think there were any colorways that I disliked on the Manta. I definitely thought Machinist was my favorite, but if it had been like a raffle or something where it was like you didn't know what you were getting or something like that, I wouldn't have been disappointed with any of them, but love a good keyboard stream during your workday. Oh, are you West Coast then? Happy to give you some work background. I am in Eastern time, so this is post-dinner for me. Because I also have a kid, so we have to eat early. Oh, you bought it as a graduation present. Nice. So close to doing a Machinist, but Americano edged out a tiny bit. I think Americano is underrated. I mean, it's really good. I mean, just to review all these. Because I don't know that I remember all of them offhand. Oh, there we go. Oh, those are the special ones. Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool. The coffee patina. There'd be a lot of good sets that would go with that, too. Brown's an underrated color for keyboards, I feel like. Yep, on the West Coast, I work from home so I can watch stuff while working. That's the way to do it. I also work from home. I just knew I was going to do an SE one since it's a big self-present storage. Oh yeah, so that gets the full copper weight, right? Or the full copper bottom, the SE. Oh no, never mind, because you still get the copper. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I didn't go in on any of the SEs, so I couldn't remember all the distinctions, but... Got Pumice, but Americano, Tangerine, and Machinist were also so good, it's hard to pick. They didn't make it easy. That is for sure. Where did... Oh, there it is. Just clean this brush off. Need to hunt down a set of G&K copper for my build. Pairs so well. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I have a... Where did I put it? I have a set of MTU copper over here somewhere that I need for a client build, but I've also got unobtainium over here that I haven't even opened. Got too much stuff in here right now. Whoa, what the? Wobbly? Wobbly? You gifted me a shark sub, and now you're giving everyone here subs. Thank you so much. That's so kind. Manta best. Unobtainium extras tomorrow. Yes, extras are going up tomorrow. Also tomorrow is the new key machine with DCS panels, which has been an interesting bit of discourse in the community, I feel like, this week. With people kind of deciding on novel keys' behalf what a key machine is intended for, which has kind of been interesting. But, I mean, I'm excited about it. That's on Thursday? Oh, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I even have it on my calendar. Yeah, that's right. The 14th is panels. Girly, you ruined my plan so that everyone would think it had already sold out and then I could get them all. No, you're absolutely right. I got my days crossed. There's too many group buys and things right now, so my brain has been cooked. I've heard many FOMO said already, but it's in stock. Can't have unlimited in stock. Yeah. Got Rewind from the Key Machine, pairs really well in the Proto Yellow Classic DKL. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, you can leave it to Riley to come up with good sets for the keyboard he also designed. I need to decide, as I finally have a PCB coming in, a EC PCB for my Classic TKL conversion, so that's the last piece I'm missing. And I'll need to decide which of my Classic TKLs to convert, because I have two of them. Thought about getting one of the new Signature Edition ones, or Underscore Editions, because I liked those colors so much. And it's a ridiculous price for also getting a GMK keycap set and stabs and everything. Way too many group buys. I'm literally losing track. Yeah, spreadsheet's the way to go. That is what I do. I have a whole Obsidian database. Actually, let me redo this. With everything I have and have ordered. And like expected delivery dates and all that good stuff. I also have a separate keyboard budget spreadsheet that I am keeping track of expenses in. Neflock Elite on that board. Yeah. Yeah, I have the board as well. I have the Proto Yellow, which is the one I'm thinking of doing the conversion on. I think it would be quite nice to be able to see the internals and everything and the brass plate that I got for it. Don't tempt me, I love making spreadsheets. Oh wait, I did this one on upside down. Oh no. There we go. I've done that more times than I care to say, actually. Or I've accidentally done that. There we go. Still waiting on ASCII F and Group I. I've heard that one's pretty rough. I doubt it's quite as bad as the Event Horizon or the PAL, though. I'm just guessing. I mean, I'm in the Event Horizon Group I, but how long have y'all been waiting for the ASCII F? Because it's been over 2 years for the Event Horizon at this point. Not to see who can win at the most miserable group buy. Don't mention the PAL. I know, bud. Yeah, Brothers in Event Horizon. What I feel, one of the things I kick myself about on the Event Horizon is that I got number 1 out of 250. And I could have probably gotten, because I met up with Max at the Novel Keys meetup last year. And as far as I know, it was done at that point. Maybe he didn't have all the right screws or something, because that's also been a thing with it. But I could have gotten him to bring it with him and just given it to me in person. But, you know, what you gonna do? Etar Cases made it to Click Clack, I think. I'm excited to be a long way. Oh, yeah! I'm excited to see that one. Etar 87. All right. We got stabs. Let's keep cooking. And let's get out our screws. Going on 16 months for the ASCII. Okay, so we are approaching approaching the event horizon, so to speak. It's not too far off. I did see Frank build his, or one of his production units the other day. It looked really nice. Bit over a year in ASCII for what they said to be a 6-month fulfillment. Just awful communication from the vendor. Issues with payments, being told it was boarding a ship when it actually didn't. Issues with payment. Oh. Goodness. Goodness. It's tough out there. I understand, you know, that people need to fulfill their commitments. I also understand the flip of the coin of, like, if it were me in their shoes and things were happening that were out of my control or even were in my control, and how would I react? Would I handle things better? Would I not? Like, that's a tough thought experiment for me. So, like, when it's on a vendor, that's a little bit more than maybe, say, an individual fulfillment type thing. I feel like if it's an actual vendor that is, like, trying to do business and should probably have some better processes in place, but I don't know. I ain't no business guy. Plate manufacturer issue is supposed to be not affect fulfillment. Now is delayed by a while. Yeah, there's shades of Event Horizon in there too, because there were like issues with stabs, then there were issues with screws, and all sorts of fun little complications. You know, and eventually reaching that point where some people are just like, I don't care about the damn screws. I can source my own screws, just send me the board. But then you have, you know, Salvin and Max who are like wanting people to have the best experience with it, with the unboxing and having what they need. Yeah, it's kind of the flip side of that. And it's tough, you know? Plates were supposed to have shipped out 2 weeks ago to the vendor. No word. Should be mad. I just feel bad every time I read the Discord because it's like, at least they're trying still. It's been so long, and I bet they want to fulfill just as much as the customers. Oh, for sure. Like, that is a huge weight on them, I'm sure, and it discourages wanting to engage with the community because there have been a lot of sour interactions, and that can, no matter your intentions or like what you're trying to do, that can definitely sour things and sour any desire to do anything in the future. But a screw issue on there somewhere too. Surprisingly, you think we'd have screws figured out at this point. Not just in the hobby, but I mean like humanity. Apparently not. All right. Especially because it was like the last Protozoa vendor GB support. Ecto was just stuck dealing with it on the side while trying to move on with his life. Yeah. And that's a lot of what Event Horizon is, because Jay from Prototypist took over fulfillment for UK and US folks. Maybe Canada too, I don't know. I don't remember. But like, we're basically having to wait on a bunch of like monetary information to get from, you know, from Ecto to Jay for like tax purposes and accounting purposes and all this stuff. And I guess it's like, we've been stuck on that for what feels like a couple months, if not more at this point, of just waiting for this money information. And yeah, Protozoa was the vendor. Unless you were in the EU, because I think then Salvin handled it. And so like a lot of the EU boards have already gone out. But they've got like the whole palette of normal event horizons ready. They are ready. I don't think they have the supermassives ready yet, but the normal ones are ready to go to J. And they can't. So it's a little frustrating. Yeah, no? Pretty sure you had a kid in the midst of those too. I think he did. You know, it's tough because you never know what somebody's dealing with. You know, what's that quote? Like, you know, be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. You don't know what's going on with somebody in their inner life, their mental health, their family, whatever. But there needs to be a point, I feel like, where you need to have either people around you or enough. We're going to get real. You need to have people around you or the amount of self-knowledge and self-reflection to know your red flags or when things are happening and be able to ask, get some assistance, get some help, be able to hand things off before things get too dire when there's a lot of other people and money involved. Easier said than done from somebody on the outside who's never done this. But I don't know. That's my 2 cents. That's what I mean. Like, I get why people are mad, especially it's the first group they ever joined. I can't help feel like his well-being is more important than me getting my keyboard when I read the angry mob. Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm never going to get on Discord and, like, start tossing shit and, like, demanding answers and all this kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's a rectangular piece of metal. Yes, we all spend a lot of money on it, but yeah, it's exactly right. It's not worth somebody's well-being. It's not worth being an asshole about, because it's not like they've ghosted entirely. Things are happening just slower than we want. And everybody just needs to chill the fuck out, honestly. It's just a rectangle. A good friend will always tell you when your fly is down. Very true, Dano. So anyway, that's Noah's long group buy corner. Great. We've got our stabilizers in. Let us... We'll want a little plate for it here. Because if it were me in their position, I would want someone to show me grace and understanding. But, you know... Words of wisdom I needed. Yeah. Happy to... As the older I get, that's more of the approach I'm trying to take to things. It's just like, you know, some things are a big deal and worth getting pissed about. Like, you know, people's voting rights being taken away. Or anything the Supreme Court does. But, like, waiting longer for your hobby metal rectangle, maybe not as much in the grand scheme of things. So there's our lovely PEI plate. Wisdom, yes. Copium, maybe. But at the end of the day, it's easier to just wait it out and see how it plays out. Yeah. Yeah, that's my approach. Actually, this way. So we've got this. I think, you know, we've got the yellows and the reds, which are very X-Wing pilot-ish. I mean, their outfits are orange, but they've got a lot of yellow markings on the ships and on the helmets for, like, different squadrons and stuff. So I'm thinking that this will be fun. So let's get our Type Rs ready to go. And toss the plate fork in here just to keep everything going. It's a shame there's already a PP plate material. Oh, and PEI isn't called P. Oh, because it's yellow? Yeah. PP. And it could also stand for piss plate. Frozen piss. Let's start down here. Uh-oh. I went through the plate, just not the rest of it. Jeez. See, here's a problem. With diodes on the top, plate fork doesn't fucking work. That's not great. that's 1 point off the Manta. I'm sorry. I might just have to snake it in one at a time here. So like with this, I'm afraid I'm going to pop a diode off doing this. All right, maybe we will. Bull offered his own plate tool for $5 during the group buy. Yeah, I did, and I saw that there was a file too for the Manta plate fork tool, but not something I considered. So we are just going to fake it. And since it's a soft enough plate, just pull it up each time. Yeah, I'm not going to break the diodes off on purpose, Stream Girly. Let's see, let's try. Jeez, none of these want to go in. Don't break any diodes. We don't need more in the group of waiting for replacement PCBs. Don't act like you've never built a plastic plate with no plate fork. Oh, I know, I have. I just prefer to use one if I can. Goodness sakes, is this just the Gateron R's being super stubborn? Or is the plate not aligning? There we go. I think the plate got hung up on this. There we go. Yeesh. Who needs diodes? Not me. Admittedly, I seldom use plate forks. I just raw dog it. Mango. What is up? Yeah, I've used Gateron's once before. And as with most Gateron switches, they are stubborn SOBs. But we're getting there. What had happened was the plate got snagged on one of the stabilizer housings and wasn't aligning with the plate the way it should, or with the PCB the way it should, but we are good. Getting ready for bed, just want to stop by and say hi. Well, thanks, I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Should be doing a lot of manual bending here. Tolerances are nice sometimes. I have them in a Wind Ola Mini and it fits so tight I actually have plateless on a hot swap board. That is nice. Yeah, I could see if I ever wanted to do do a soldered plateless build, I would definitely turn to Gateron switches for that. Absolutely. Well, I like HMX switches in a lot of ways. I've definitely had some that have felt like they're almost like falling out of the PCB. Which is not exactly what you want in a switch. Although it does make rebuilding a breeze. But I think these will be nice and chromatically, thematically appropriate for our X-Wing. There we go. Space these out a little bit. Here I thought the mounting styles might take extra time, but apparently it's going to be just putting in the damn switches. The last Gaterons I messed with, I had... Well, when we built the Pangea Mini, I started with Laranjas, and those were a nightmare to get out after the fact. Like I broke a couple switch housings trying to pull those suckers out. It was wild. Which is one of the reasons why I always buy more switches than I need, but don't know why Gaterons are like that. It's a shame. Do you have the X-Wing keycap set? I do. That is what we're putting on today. Have not done an SA build in a hot minute. I'm excited about it. Excuse me. Got some of that. My mango ale coming back up to haunt me. Yeah, I picked up the X-Wing keycaps when they were on super sale after they announced they were going to stop doing the officially licensed stuff. So I would love to see, I know they're not doing any more officially licensed stuff, but I would love to see, I would have loved to see it in DCS or DSS as well. DSS, criminally underrated in my opinion. I bought SA Tatooine a while ago on a huge Star Wars sale. Can't rock with SA caps. It can be challenging for sure. Like that height is definitely a learning curve if you're not used to SA or MT3 or one of those other tall profiles. For sure. One of my first, I bought like SA Ramses way back when, and also like a secondhand SA set off of Mech Market or someplace like that way back. So I had some practice early on, before I even had my own official GMK set. So I kind of cut my teeth on SA a little bit. I do not like how they sound at all. I've never gotten one of those tall profiles. I've gotten SA to sound really nice. Like it's barely left my Piggy, because I've got the beige Piggy and it's almost requires SA Tatooine on there because it just works so well. And so it sounds pretty good on that, in my opinion. I've kept it on there for a while. But I think it definitely does better on metal boards than plastic boards. Because then you're just getting too much plastic on plastic resonance. Hello, what is this X-Wing Manta? Is this bait? No sir, Drew. This is the real article. It is a Manta that we are dressing up as an X-Wing. As a self-proclaimed GMK supremacist, I just struggle with them. No, sure. Have you tried... I'm curious, Unicorn, as a GMK supremacist, have you tried the new Swag Key double shot keycaps in cherry profile? In my opinion, as a non-supremacist, they are pretty damn close in quality to GMK. I have no loyalty. Give me a good deal and a good product. I have one of their sets. I have Swag Keys Beige. And then I'm already in for several more. I've got Ferrofluid, another one. Classic Red, that's the one. I was like, I know it's red. Is it just called Red? Classic Red. And there's some other fun ones coming down the pipe that I'm interested in as well. I'm not even like that big of a fan of pink keycaps, but I like the look of Heartbreaker as well. Didn't know you got that one? Oh, the Classic Red? Yeah. The new blue set as well looks really nice as well. I already sent it to Frederick in the chat because he's such a big fan of blue. Because they have like the alt alphas and the alt numpad and everything, so you could get just like straight up blue, blue, blue. Because on the one I built on stream for him, the Petrichor has a PBT fans set on it right now, which is blue, which looks nice, but like I feel like Swag Keys would be a step up in quality. The Legends are definitely better in my opinion. Yeah, the blue Swag Key set that I sent you, Frederick. Is it Klein? I don't know if the shade is like close to Klein blue, but it's a very nice kind of cobalt. Classic blue. Yeah, not Nimbus. Sorry, that's a lighter blue than Frederick likes, at least to my knowledge. Yeah, it's the classic blue one. Just curious, what do you do for work outside of this? I am a graphic designer. Mostly designing iconography, but I do just about any kind of graphic design, really. I do digital illustration. I've worked in UI and UX, front-end web. Feel like this plate is totally playing ball right now. Well, I'm in front of the veterans home and it's starting to rain quite literally the furthest I could be from home. Oh man, I'm sorry, that sucks. You should see if the 13 is still running. They could pick you up and head back east. Because the 13 goes right by the veterans home. No one's done it all besides design a keycap set. Who said I haven't designed a keycap set? I've never shown anything. I have 2 notebooks full of sketches for keycaps. Let's see if I can get this to sit. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Frederick. A tree falls in the woods. I know. It's very easy to have ideas. It's all in the execution, right? Actually doing the thing. How long have I been doing that? I have been a graphic designer. Like, do you mean the iconography specifically or graphic design? I've been a graphic designer since 2006 or so. So about 20 years. I've been focusing more on iconography specifically. Probably only the last 10. 8 to 10 years. Brought a Ziploc for my phone and everything I'm prepared to tank. Old, that's true. Hey, I'm going to be 40 next year. And loving it. Well, I'm loving it now that I'm more than so now that I've gotten to sound old. I've gotten the issues with my left hip figured out with physical therapy. All right, I think we're sitting pretty good. I think we're sitting pretty good, gang. I don't... Not noticing... There's a little bit of plate bowing right there, but... I don't know if there's anything that can be done about that. There we go. All right, let's see how these stabilizers are. I should have done that first. Here we are. Let's check the stabs real quick. Oh, Star Wars. Nice. One of my best friends from college is a graphic designer as well. I didn't go to college for graphic design. I went to college for music history. And then ended up going into design because I didn't want to get a career in music history. So I have a bachelor's in music history. And then decided to abandon that. Already having left hip issues. Yeah, I feel like one of those big dog. I think, well, my joints have always been kind of weird. Like I've been able to like I kind of walk weird already with like my feet angled more out. I can kind of turn them almost 180 degrees around both. I used to be able to put my legs behind my head. Like my joints are fucked up. And so, yeah, I've noticed like in the last few years, my left hip really started causing trouble. Like that I couldn't even sleep anymore because it was just in pain all the time. And so last year started going to PT for it, and it helped a lot because they found out that my hips, like one was like my left hip was actually constantly rotated. Like the pelvis and everything like was constantly rotating like all the time. Like they were never aligned. Like they were constantly rotating away from each other, the two halves of it. So now I have a bunch of exercises that I do, which helps a lot. I've been doing PT for 3 years. My hips are still fucked. Oh, you have the exact same thing. Yeah. I mean, it's not like 100% cured, but it definitely helps mitigate the pain for me. Hello, plastic bits. I think she's a graphic major, marketing double major. Hey, that's good. It's good to be able to sell what you do and be able to write about it and talk about it. That's a good thing. 24 with chronic back pain. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Be 26 this year. You young pup. We should compare exercise. That's why I've been walking. It helps so much. Yeah, it does. A lot of what I do, I mean, I have like an exercise band, and there's like a whole thing I do where I put it in a door, and then I'm like moving, like balancing on one leg and moving the other one a bunch in like the 4 cardinal directions, rotating with the band around it, and then I do the other leg because I'm trying to keep them both the same. And then I do a bunch of other ones where I'm lying on the floor and I'm like flexing the hips, like flattening my hips and lower back to the ground, and like yeah, it's hard to describe. We can compare exercises sometime. I did PT at the U of M Medical Center over in Comstock Park. That's where I ended up. The sun is starting to shine past the clouds. I noticed that over there. I'm getting a little bit of sun popping through. It's funny, after graduating as an engineer, none of my college friends are from my discipline. Yep. Oh, we went to Mary Free Bed. Gotcha. All right, let's see. This is going to be a loud boy. Okay. Let's move on. It's okay, I didn't need that. Yay, rain stopped. It's sunny now. Hopefully that'll help your journey home. All right, let's dig into this case. And try not to scratch anything. Let's see, what do I need for these bolts? Not that big. I'm guessing, is it like this maybe? There it is. That was not a dig at you, Masters, by the way. Ah! My screwdriver slips. No! The past. It's repeating itself. These are funky little buddies. Yeah, what makes you think you'll scratch it exactly? Because these bolts are weird. Jeez Louise. My hubris. Thinking I could do it. What I didn't do is just keep my thumb underneath it. And then if it slips. Yeah, these screws are a bit snug. Not the worst I've seen. Not to rag on Protozoa anymore, but when I got the foundation, that thing was fucked. Like I could not get anything out of it. I had to send it back before I could actually build it the first time. Okay, come on. There we go. I think the worst screws I've had were the Keycult Zero. Oh, interesting. I did not have any issues with my Keycult Zero in the screw department. All right. Lovely. So it does already have kind of some little bumpies here as a kind of a force break, huh? See, I don't think I think we'll go without those stickers, like I said. I might use this though. Did you end up using this, Masters? the bottom stuff. I'm wondering if I should, just because of the flexibility of this. Well, I guess it also will depend on the mounting. I just don't want the sockets to collide or short anything out. You didn't use it? I think I might. I just might. Now I'm trying to remember how this went. Like this, I believe. It's awfully rubbery. Get it to actually stay in place here. Well, the standoffs and the silicone. Oh wait, wait. Not really bad screws, just knowing how many there were. Oh yeah. Well, the standoffs and the silicone bottom piece fell off almost instantly. It was being. Oh, that sucks. I did mess with one of the standoffs in the cork bottom that I had for the Key Cult Zero, but I thankfully did not make the same mistake with the silicone bottom. There we go. I think we'll rock with that initially and see how we do. All right, so let's do. I'm curious about these gasket socks. So the gray ones are the mediums, right? Gasket socks, light gray, 60A. Let's see. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I also was disappointed in how the Zero sounded anyways. I was with my initial build as well. And then I got it to a place that I enjoy. I think I did... let me look. I don't remember the switches right offhand. I think I put in HMX jammies on a PC plate. And I did enjoy that. Rather hollow. Yeah, I wonder if PC helps absorb some of that. I don't know what kind of plate you did, but... yeah. Sacrifice some mode 65 foam. I've done that before, too. I've taken old foam sheets and chopped it up to work in a given thing. So I guess we've got just very slight little divots here to know where the socks go. And the socks don't matter their orientation. Just like with people. All right, let's make sure I get the pins in the right way on the JST. Let's see. Actually, let's move this. Okay, go in the channel. I feel like we're bunched up on the cable a little bit. Stay in the channel, shall we? There we go, that's better. Man, that aloe feels so smooth. It is wild. Okay. PP plate, I think, with mode tomorrow. Oh, the tomorrows, yeah. Sounded pretty good now. Just can't use a 60 for work. Need them for arrows, page up page to delete on a daily basis. I mean, I will continue to preach the gospel of mod taps or tap dance for 60% keyboards. If you need arrows, because I also need arrows. Shark! How is your tofu? Why is this screw not going in? Well, hey everybody. Nana, Niku, Naveed, Captain. Everybody's here. So much better. Swapped out the stabs, removed some foam. Who up manning their ta indeed. There we go. I need to definitely go a little tighter than I expect to on these, don't I? At least you can kind of feel the bottom when it actually gets, when the pieces get flushed together. That helps. I'm not jealous of your Manta, I swear. Yes, these are Type R indeed. If you want to know more deets, you can hit that build command of what we are doing right now. Yours is in the ether right now. Sorry about that. Thankfully, I live pretty close to Bowl, all things considered. So things can get here pretty fast, and there's less room for redirection error. If I ordered the machine or something in the fetal position right now, yeah. That's right. Orange on Black is on the way. Got my shipping info today. Let's see. Make sure this is going in. There we go. Thank you, Shonice. Orange on beige. Did I say orange on black? Who said orange on black? Was it me? I have orange on black. It's called Kaiju Dark. I'm so used to the B being black. Just worries me because it says it's transit in the next facility. My brother brought me a present for Studio Neat for Christmas, and it said that for like a month. Oh, really? I also enjoy Studio Neat. As you can see, I enjoy their products very much. My go-to note-taking pen, and I love the little utility knife. Is it an addiction? I mean, I feel like there is a significant crossover between pen people and keyboard people already. I feel like pens, keyboards, cameras, excuse me, coffee, like all that stuff kind of goes hand in hand for a lot of people. This screw is just not cutting it. Oh. There we go. There we go. What the fuck? I don't love biome bolts, I have to say. I don't know if I'm just getting the angle wrong, but they just do not want to go in sometimes. Like they're just not catching. Turn the screws counterclockwise first. Oh, does that help it catch? No, still not. 8 of them was kind of rough. Yeah. I'm visiting a company, they branded pens on their lobby desk. Mine. Until it ticks. Interesting. I was wondering if maybe I just had the angle a little bit wrong, but... Let's extend for a little extra. I feel like being a little bit extra on this. I feel like I'm having to crack a safe or something. You should smell like a small tick in your fingers. Okay, I felt something. Still nothing. I don't think the screws are a problem. Let's hope he hasn't stripped them. Well, I'm not going to take the blame for a shitty mounting choice. Did you swap screws? What do you mean? Are there... Don't tell me they're different top and bottom. Are they different top and bottom? Did I not notice that? Give it to me straight, masters. Oh, I just meant trying a different one? I was wondering if maybe you meant like that the bottom ones were shorter and the like there was a shorter thread. I mean, there are extra, some extra screws, I think, in here. Yeah, there's a couple here. Try a couple fresh ones. Excuse me. I think he's just screwed. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Really appreciate it. Well, it's sort of in there. But not fully. Chris! The keycaps made it all the way. Awesome. Yeah, I've been following them on the tracking a little bit. I'm so glad. Well, shit. None of them are going into those two spots. Didn't lie when I was saying he's screwed. You watch yourself or I'll ban you. Or give you a timeout. I don't need this kind of haranguing right now. Board is broken, send it back, get a refund, buy a Keycon. I could buy a lot of Keycons with this. Are they the last two? They are the last two. The two right there. So not the end of the world. It is going to hold together. But it does kind of suck. What are these little... Oh, these little countersunk ones must be extras for, like, the weight or something. Is it positioned right? Like, all the way down? I think so. I might take these two out and double check. It could be that there was a problem with those, and it cascaded into the middle or something. Weird not trying to heckle. No, I'm just joking around. Those two are coming out. So let me see. Let me try with these screws in the middle instead and see. Who needs screws anyway? Maybe what I should do is not tighten anything too much at first. Just kind of, whoops, not that loose. Yeah, because like the Pangea uses a very similar kind of approach. And I did not have this sort of trouble with the Pangea. Isn't it slightly higher, like not positioned all the way down, even without the screws? Potentially. I think that's what we're going to try to discover here. Like, you think the top is sitting up too high? Is it meant to be totally flush with the bottom case? Yeah. Is that not supposed to be that way? Because it wasn't totally flush on the bottom either when that was screwed in. Interesting. And it felt solid. I would think that the compression, if that's like the compression socks, or the gasket socks actually pushing on it, let me see how it's meant to feel when there's nothing. Yeah, that is closer to flush. So it's just, maybe the gaskets just aren't compressing the way they're supposed to. Let's try not the socks real quick. What if we just do the little beans? Try screwing now. Don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah, piece of cake. Yeah, it is flush. So it's like the socks weren't compressing or something. Either they weren't compressing, or maybe it was an alignment issue. Maybe they weren't fully... I thought they were fully seated in their little spots. Well, just for experimentation's sake, I'm going to put on the beans and try those. Doesn't that mean, doesn't need to be, I was. And I did. So, I don't know. I tried turning it back off and on again. Let's try the grommets instead. Large side on the bottom. And we'll just see what we can do. Yeah, I have done like serious compression stuff before and I was pressing, but maybe I didn't press enough for some reason. Maybe it requires a lot more than I was given it. Try top mount? No, it doesn't have top mount. It's O-ring or it's grommets or it's like gasket socks. I would love a top mount. Made it home dry? Excellent. Glad to hear it. All right, let's try this again. And maybe this time we'll also try smashing it a little bit more in case that compression is an issue. But I feel like that should be in the build guide if this is something you need to be aware of. Okay, we are aligned. Banging on a desk. Oh, oops. Ha ha ha. Now that'd be funny if I'd been trying to put it on upside down the whole time and that was the issue. Well, see, now I can feel that I can, unlike before, I can actually push it and it gets flush. Which I couldn't feel when I was messing with it before. So I wonder if there could be a potential compression issue with these, or they just weren't aligned quite right. Regardless, let's try this again. It's okay, Jamarus, I started mounting my spacebar stab on the wrong side of the board. It's amazing. Oh man, that was a piece of cake. That was like the best screw ever. Oh, yeah. Yeah! Fuck you, compression socks. Gasket socks. Maybe they just require a lot more compression force. Looks like Manta's back on the menu. I love biome bolts. Listen, biome bolts and I are no longer best friends. Now my only friend is biome bolts. I thought we agreed that didn't happen. Let's see, make sure this is... I'm glad this is working out more. Now let's see if this holds true for the top. Nothing happened, stream was hacked. Silicon gasket socks are undoubtedly the worst version of gaskets. I mean, you, as evidenced here tonight, maybe we'll revisit those at some point. We were going to do multiple mounting styles, and I guess in a way we are, but not quite the way I had planned. Shouldn't need force, I stripped a biome bolt that way. No, I mean like squeezing the case is what I mean. More force squeezing the case shut to compress the gasket socks. May be required. I do remember Alex liked the socks on bottom, beans on top. Interesting. Yeah, but that ruins the screws when unscrewing. Yeah, that's true. Classic, thank you. Let's do feet before we get too far. Before we get too carried away with other stuff. Could try that if it was only the top giving you trouble. Yeah, it seemed to be. Although, I mean, like, the bottom was also, like, not... It was a little bit easier, but not by much. So I don't... I hope that it's not my own error of, like, misaligning the gasket socks slightly or something. It seemed more like it was a gasket sock issue. The weight is raw. Yes, the weight is raw. The aluminum top is clear coated, but the bottom fin is 100% raw, and so it's already gotten a little bit of patina on it, which is cool. Why no feet? The feet are right here. Bottom is sexy. It is. That would be the first thing I would do. Okay. Do I need to put a no back seat rule in this thing? Flame patina time? That would be gorgeous. Not scared of scratches? On a desk pad with nothing on it? No. Also, it's going to get patinaed. It's going to get character. That's part of the whole deal. There we go. It would be fun to get a patina on it. Oh, special treatment? Yeah. Also, I'm just being salty. I'm not actually upset at anybody. Screws stress me out. I'm not defensive. Flame patina on Manta looks so good. Yeah, it really does. All right. Let's see how terrible this sounds with SA. And then if time allows, maybe we'll see if we want to try a different bean or a different... Try again and give gasket socks a second shot. Let's see, we do have multiple options for our enter key. Oh yeah, that is a gorgeous patina. Manta at the bottom. Oh yeah, there it is. Woo-wee. That is very cool. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that. So we do have like a regular return. We've also kind of got an X-wing and an engage as far as that goes, which is cool. Up. The metallic double shot looks nice with the top. Let's see, I think that is... Yeah, there's up because that's row 4. Let's see, stepped caps. I think we'll do... I think the normal layout called for doing a yellow control right there. Oh yeah. I mean, it is cylindrical, Or, I mean, spherical, like MT New is. Yeah, I thought the PEI, like the yellows and the reds, would be nice with the key set. So we'll see. I'll come back to some of that other stuff. I think I do want to do probably the red rebel symbol for the escape, because it also doesn't have to have the stupid Lucasfilm Limited copyright thing on the side, like the more beige one does. We also want, whoops, our little backspace. Enter. I mean, the normal return is down here. The fancy ones were here, so there was a fancy one at the top. For the last time I used this. I got home through the stream on the TV so I can actually see better. Looking good. Thanks. While you were walking, I should have just zoomed all the way in. Let's do tab. Although, oh man, I forgot that the target, there isn't a stepped version of the cool caps lock. Do I want to go against everything I believe in and use a non-stepped caps? That's not true. That's not everything I believe in, but gotta think about that. I would kill for that set anything but SA. I think this would be amazing in DCS. But yeah, with the licensing gone, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, you could make a look-alike with like a kind of a patchwork vibe without any of the explicitly Star Wars bits. DCS mentioned, yeah. You gonna get panels in 2 days, Chris? Or I guess it's actually the 13th for you, so tomorrow? Yuzu Keycaps exists. That is true. I already have a project I'm working on for their stuff right now. I want to see the compatibility first and the price. Yeah, they did mention, well, today there was some of the key set changes from the GMK version that came out, as far as like why it's 9 extra keys. But yeah, I can imagine the price is going to be tough probably because it will only ship from Key Machine, so there's not any kind of regional vendors or anything. Can't decide if I need a second panel. It's one of my favorite sets ever. I'm really curious about what the box is going to be too, since they're doing custom packaging for it, not your run-of-the-mill, bog-standard SP shrink wrapping. So I don't know if they're going to do something like they did with the custom packaging for like this in Tatooine, or what. SP takes big bucks for colors, yeah. There is custom packaging. Yep, that's part of it. I don't know if you're in my Discord. I think you're in my Discord, Chris. But I threw some information into the ICs and GBs forum channel for it that has more information if you're curious. But I mean, that's also all information that's available on the Key Machine website. More of a Handerbite guy over panels, but to each their own. They're also rerunning Handerbite in DCS. If it's a limited edition, I will 100% skip. I mean, yeah, it's going to be, what, 250 sets, and they'll only be available to Key Machine, and that's it. Apiary! Welcome. Welcome, Marcia fans. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. We're building a Manta right now. And you missed me embarrassing myself about not knowing how to use screws, so this is the perfect time to be here. Won't support limited stuff personally. I mean, that's your deal, dude. Is it more from like a thinking that it's an artificial scarcity kind of thing? Forced? Because I can definitely see that point of view. I don't think you're off base for that, for having that opinion. Hate making it artificially rare. Sure, I get it. I have seen that argument, especially with something that has shown community acclaim like panels before, as opposed to something more out there, like other Key Machine offerings have been in the past. But, you know, I can see multiple sides of it. Panels is a popular set, so I also don't understand why I make it limited. Yeah. I get it. I get it. I do get it. Oh yeah, there's the blue arrows too. I think I'll stick with these just because I do like how the metals play with each other. Okay, back to this. Higher minimum order quantity, lower prices. Yep, that is how it works. I like in stock though, but they probably could have gotten away with more than 250. Yeah, I would say if it had been like an actual full-on group buy with regional vendors and everything, they might have been able to go over that, but I don't know. There may be reasons we just aren't aware of, but I like tiered GB. I do enjoy that. I have been enjoying the like price drops when certain tiers are hit and all that. So I am doing splits, so we want to do excuse me. Let's see, we'll do this. And we'll do this. I like the light blue Grave. Don't like the whole Key Machine thing. I think it definitely does make more sense when it's a more out there thing that maybe necessarily wouldn't do as well as in a group buy. Like Deep Field, for example. Like Deep Field was... I like Deep Field and I like what it's doing. I know that a lot of people complained about it at the time, that it was more of a niche appreciation for it. I think that has grown now that it's out of stock. But yeah, I can see like the exclusive, like whatever makes more sense with something that may not fit into a normal group buy model in terms of mass appeal. Something is rare, then they do so many units, it's not actually rare. Like we've seen them with the Marisi. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's wrong for thinking it's odd to do panels in this format. Does that mean I'm not going to buy it? Hell no, I'm probably going to buy it. Just because I love DCS and I'm excited to see what they do. And I like panels a lot. And I'm interested to see what they do with it. And I can also say that from a place of privilege because it's easier for me to get Key Machine stuff because I live in the US. Don't judge anyone buying it, but I want to, yeah. And I'm not going to judge your choice not to support it. You know, that's up to each person in how they want to spend their money. Loved Deep Field and Clouding a lot, but the in-stock is just so pricey. That's true. Need to try DCS ASAP. It's good. I am a fan. All right, what do we think? Do we think Engage or do we think an X-Wing flying? And since this is row 3 SA, it's flat, so we could flip it also and have the X-Wing flying off to the right if we want to, which I am directionally, I mean, I know that like enter, but I kind of like the idea of it flying to the right. X-Wing? Yeah. I'm wondering about the X-Wing flying to the right. I kind of dig that. All right, we'll throw Engage back up in here. And then I think what we'll do is some of these buddies for our column here. We got row 2, row 3. Actually, let me check something real quick. Oh, not that keyboard. What am I doing? think, double check this. Open. I think, oh yeah, that's row 4. This is row 2. And that's row 3. And then we have our choice of either red, kind of like the idea of the, well, maybe the blue, because we don't have a blue in this column already. We'll see how that goes. Give you my 400 shine, so increase value. This would look so fly with the Motorsport colorway. Not that it doesn't look so fly anyways. Oh yeah, Motorsport would look fun. I think, I mean, that's one of the nice thing about like raw is it goes well with so much. Like, it's highly applicable to many different color situations. Shine my NICU more than like $20 shipped in bags. That's true. I mean, the SP, well, they don't ship in bags. They ship in the shrink wrapped whatever. They did in the past. No, I know. I'm saying they don't anymore. You're so correcty tonight, NICU. You need to chill out. Relax. I like that because it almost feels like a continuation of the key. They got the straight sheet of paper figured out. As soon as they figure out how to bend cardboard, we'll get boxes. Exactly, they're getting there. It's eventually they'll like, oh, fold it, and then they'll be like, what? Another reason why I wanted to go with the SA was I thought that the spacebar might sound like laser fire a little bit. I was hoping it might actually do that. Actually wasn't correcting, just thought you didn't know. Well, that's also something maybe that's just a pet peeve of mine, is assuming that people don't know things and like over-explaining to them. Something that bothers me, which is more of a personal failing. And that comes out sometimes. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it, but you cooked again? Well, thank you. I try to assume that people know things unless they tell me they don't. Generally. Let me pause this. Is this still going? Stop it. Let's see. So, let me tuck this away a little bit more. Keep in mind NICU is German. That's fair. Oh, that is a chonker. It is nice and weighty. This is the Machinist Manta with SAX. I mean, look at how tall these keycaps are. My goodness. What a beaut, though. With the raw copper weight. SA X-Wing on here. Let's see how this sounds a little bit. Might do some fiscally irresponsible things once the EU vendor lists their extras. I think it's good. Some of the mounting things aside. And I will revisit these and see if I was just like totally screwing it up. But nice and deep, as Masters predicted. I don't feel like that is that down all the way? Oh yeah, it is. It's just odd seeing these two right next to each other with the way that they're sculpted. No extra deadness or resonance over here, which I like. Often a problem with 65s, I feel like. I feel like the alignment could be slightly improved. There's more of a gap right there than there, but that could just be the little nubbins. Big brain masters over here. I feel like of a lot of the people I talk to about keyboards, Masters has some of the greatest grasp on like, from like a theoretical standpoint of like acoustic properties, of like being able to combine elements in his mind and then be able to picture in his mind how it's going to sound. Your backspace is in the wrong place. I think you're in the wrong place. Sounds like you're in a full. You should be in a full backspace Twitch stream. I'm just kidding. Cheers, man. The board looks and sounds amazing. Glad you found a stream. Looking forward. Oh yeah, thank you for being here. Wonder how it sounds in person. Yeah, I mean, a mic setup is never gonna really do something justice unless you can actually get there in the space. Sounds dampened. When did I get a VIP? I gave you a VIP earlier today. You special? You're a VIP too, Shark. You got the little gem. What do I think of the MT new sets that Omnitype just dropped? What were they? Wob and beige? I mean, they're wob and beige. Classics. I already have other sets that are wob and beige, so I'm not going to spend MT new money on those colorways. But it's fine. It's great. I guess, I mean, I don't have an opinion, I guess. I'm not going to form one. But I already have, like, multiple, you know, bog standard beige things in multiple profiles already. I have, you know, some that are GMK. I've got beige DCS. I've got beige swag keys. I've got wob in GMK, and I've got wob in DCS, and so I think if I'm going to shell out for MT new at this point, it's going to be something a little bit different. But don't have any MT new still. Yeah, I mean, he did borrow this one for a time, but nice. I do like it. It has a fun resonance to it. Not in a bad way, but some of that is just adding, you know, due to the hollowness of the keycaps lending extra space. I am curious to hear how, like, this versus DCS versus swag keys or something would be on here. Well, thanks for the resub, Shark. MT new wells soon. Yes, that's very true. I think the only other one I've actually gotten in on was Foundation, as far as MT new goes. Really tempted by Miklon. Miklon is a beaut. Classic beige and Moto Light. If only the colorful keys weren't hidden behind $90. Yeah, or $70, yeah. Very true. Foundation on pumice. That's gonna look hot. Time for Jamonis to buy 5 more Mantas to do a comparison for all keycap manufacturers. Well, I actually thought I might... I mean, it'll be slightly different just because of the way things are, but I thought I might grab a couple keycaps here and throw them next to each other in an area just to see. Let's see, let's grab this, and let's grab, where is that DCS set? To dig through all my cupboards to try to find it. Ah, there it is. Wow. I'm poking Andy for them to do MT New black on white. Classy. Should have walked my Manta to your house for the stream. Yeah, he could have popped in. Guest appearance. So let me find, like... H, J, and K are sounding roughly similar. So let's see... Let's just... It doesn't have to be a J, but just a row 3 key here. Four. Why is everything row 1, 4? Oh, there's a J. Hey, I did find a J. So there's a DCS. Much lower, wow. Or much lower, not lower pitched, but lower down on the keyboard. And then, oh, I left beige over here. This is pretty close to GMK. Well, my GMK is on a shelf in the closet, so... There we go. Pause that. So, SA, DCS, and there's swag keys. So SA, DCS, and swag keys. It's going up in pitch. Yeah, swag keys does sound nice. I'm actually curious, just swapping out the spacebar. Would sound like. DCS sounds a bit cleaner. Swag keys is louder with a bit more thud. Yeah, DCS often sounds a bit cleaner to me. I think owing to the thinness of the plastic. Uh-oh. Pulled the switch right out. Let's see if we can get this in here without causing a bunch of fuss. Wait, get this in here. Just to lift the plate a little bit. I think we're good. Yeah, interesting. Hard to judge too because the overall application of keycaps also changes the acoustics, but like the whole, everything that's on the board also affects how individual keys sound and how it's bouncing around in there. But may need to do a rebuild here in the future to actually test some of these other mounting styles and different keycaps. Are DCS bars always wonky? It was my first time using DCS. I thought I was losing trying to get it to... They are more often than any other profile I've used. Granted, this one's okay. I don't know if that is due to the fact that there isn't much internal structure to them in terms of like crossbars or braces or anything like that, or due to the fact that they are often shipped strapped to a piece of cardboard that is flexible. You know, there might be multiple factors that are cause of that. I mean, it's the same, one of the same problems with like the early rounds of the MT New space in that they did not have, they are extremely flexible because they also, actually let me zoom in so the light hits it better. They also don't have much in the way of internal structure. All three stems, meaning, oh wait, I don't think it's warped or anything. It just wouldn't, oh, it wouldn't go on all three. Oh, okay, interesting. My MT New spacebar is most messed up. Yeah, I believe in subsequent versions of MT New that has been remedied, but I also don't know because I haven't bought any MT New since Susu. which was like one of the first 2 MT sets. So I think that's been remedied. I think they've also fixed some of the molding issues because there were also a lot of like really crazy plastic sprues in the very first versions. Maybe it is warped though, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is possible. DCS spacebars are pretty flexible. Although now I'm curious what DCS sounds like on here. Yeah. I'm wondering if Type R might not be the play for spacebar in the long run on this one. Because yeah, it is a little bit thuddy. I might try to do a tactile or even a linear that's a little less thud-inducing for the spacebar. But we'll see. Gonna play around with it. Now that I know how to screw it together. GMK spacebars are often banana-shaped as well. I haven't had that issue much recently. I mean, not to discount any experience you've had, but I have not encountered that recently with any GMK stuff I've had. I think they've gotten better in that regard, but that's just been my own experience. Also, how good is Swaggy's packaging? It's so nice. Gotta drop out, have some dinner. Great stream. Thank you so much. Have a great dinner. Oh, thank you for the gift sub too, Nana. I really appreciate that. My goodness. People are being so generous today. Maybe I should be salty and insult Nikyu more often on stream. If it converts to subs. Doesn't sound bad, but it's not my typical preference. Yeah. He deserves it for real, for real. The people demand it. I'm also curious how this might sound on Alu. Yeah, I think there's going to be some fun rebuilds in the future here. Just too many possibilities to fit within a 2-hour period when not everything works out right. But we need to Pavlov you into being mean to Nick you with money. No, that's just my own personal failings of not being told things that I already know. That was the reference to your above message, not to your Manta build. Oh wait, sorry, I might have, doesn't sound bad. Oh, Type R spacebar is always so deep. Yes, yes. Yeah, it really is. And I think with something as hollow and resonant as this spacebar, it doesn't stand out to me as much as like the shorter profiles like Cherry and DCS. Alchemy, I just want to try DCS ASAP. I like DCS quite a bit. I'm actually probably going to put DCS back onto the Skeleton now that I've made it shorter and more typable. But let's actually plug it in real quick. All this talk and we don't actually know if the PCB functions. Hey, it works. I mean, I did test it earlier, but there we go. It does work. Let's use it to raid somebody if anybody's still out and about. I know that Marcia and Shark were both streaming and now they're here. So it looks like it might be Manic. I think Manic is. Well, thanks, Nana. I like it too. I had this build in mind when I ordered the Machinist. So I was hoping it would work. And I think the patina is going to look, I mean, eventually as it goes, it's going to kind of lean into that whole weathered starfighter kind of look. So we'll see if that works. Thanks for the stream. Pray for me for a Manta extra. I will sacrifice to Bowl and Alex tonight. I will send Bowl many cat treats. Oh, hey, Lysol. Thanks for the stream, of course. And thanks, everybody, for patience and help with those screws. Good night, everybody. First let me get this set up to raid here. Let's see. Raid. Come on. There we go. Things are working. We are good. And what is he up to right now? Nub pads, working on an alu half plate. Having a good time, I think. All right. We're going to go raid. And everybody say hi to Manic. I'll probably pop in super quick and then I'll need to go. But really appreciate everybody. Thank you for your help and for the good times. And I'll see you again. Bye.